Okay, let's see how to simplify this irrational expression. So we have a cubic root. So the index is a cubic root, index 3, and this index is 2. But we observe the radicand, so under the radical signs. And these two are conjugates. If we call this A, let me use a different color. If we call this radicand A, call this radicand B, we see A plus B give us 40, right? Because negative 40, 14 radical 2 and positive 14 radical 2 adds up to be 0. And if we multiply those two, we get a cubic root of 20, so difference of two squares, right? You see A cubic root of this times cubic root of this. If we multiply those two, we get a cubic root of 20 squared minus 14 radical 2 squared. So that's cubic root of 400 minus 14, 196. 196 times 2, that's 392. 400 minus 392, that's 8. And cubic root of 8 is 2. Okay, two beautiful values for us to use. A plus B is 40. A times B is 2. Now let's think about A cube. Because A is a cubic root, if we do A cube, we only get a radicand. So get a 20 minus 14 radical 2. And B cube is a 20 plus 14 radical 2. If we add those two, right? A3 plus B3. We still get 40, right? Because, yeah, we did this one here, right? Actually, I'm missing A cube, B cube here. Because A represents the cubic root of 20 minus 14 radical 2, and B represents the cubic root of 20 plus 14 radical 2. So A cube plus B cube can be written as this: A plus B cube, perfect cube. If we remember perfect cube minus 3AB times A plus B. All right, this is the middle term of the cube. Okay, let's remember this. A plus B cube. That's A cube plus 3A squared B plus 3AB squared plus B cube. And these two middle terms, we see they have a common factors of 3AB. Factor of 3AB, so I have 3 plus AB. Right, that's why A cube plus B cube equals to the sum of perfect cube minus the middle term. Now, A plus B let's actually, because this equals to 40, right? Let's put over here. That equals to 40. So let's put everything on one side. So let's see, we have A plus B cube minus, and AB we know, A times B is 2. So we can substitute this into 2. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. A plus B. Then move 40 to the other side, that's minus 40 equals to 0. So if we call A plus B, maybe M. Let's use this to simplify our notation. So then this becomes M cubed minus 6M minus 40 equals to 0. So So now, whenever we have a cube term in the equation, we want to make a difference of two cubes or sum of two cubes. In this case, it makes sense if we do minus 64 plus 24, right? Because we rewrite negative 40 as negative 64 plus 24, because minus 64 is minus 4 cubed. So we make a difference of two cubes. Then minus 6m plus 24. So difference of two cubes can be factored as m minus 4 times m squared plus 4m plus 4 squared, which is 16. Then out of those two, we can factor out negative 6. Then 24 divided by negative 6, that's minus 4. By doing so, we have constructed a common factor out of those two groups. So factor out common factor m minus 4. Then the first term we have this m squared plus 4m plus 16. Second term we have minus 6. Well, now this is in the factored form, the left-hand side. Factored form equals 0, we can use 0 property. That means m minus 4 equals 0. That gives us m equals to 4. And then this side, simplify, we get m squared plus 4m plus 10 equals to 0. Well, that can be written as m squared plus 4m plus 4 plus 6 equals to 0. Because this is a perfect square, m plus 2 squared. And we're looking for solution in real number system. So in real number system, this will never be 0, right? Because the square is already greater than or equal to 0. So at least 6. So this factor cannot be 0. So we're only left with one solution, m equals to 4. If m equals to 4, that means a plus b equals to 4. A plus b equals to 4. What's our a? A is a cubic root of this. B is cubic root of this. So that means that this in the end can be simplified as 4.